To go to New York Republican Congressman Andrew Garbarino, what he makes of this. Congressman, great to have you. First, on the FAA thing, do you think an investigation is now required and maybe an assessment of where the money that the FAA and the air industry itself got from infrastructure is going and how it's being allocated?
Well, Neil, thanks for having me. And yeah, I think there is going to have to be some questions answered. The fact that they're calling this just a glitch, but it was the first ground stop of all air traffic for since 9/11, and they're blaming it on a corrupted file. There's no evidence yet that this was a cyber attack. We're not saying that it was a cyber attack, but the fact that a corrupted file took down not just this system, the notice to air mission system, but also the backup system, as well as Canada's notice to air mission program also had problems yesterday. There's definitely questions that have to be answered, by DOT and by DHS.
I always get worried, Congressman, I'm sure you do too, that terrorists can get ideas looking at what we went through and that our whole system was down for the hours it was. So obviously, whether it's the grid we're talking about or our advanced computerized air traffic control system, we got some problems.
Absolutely. I mean, they're always watching. They're not just watching about and looking at what vulnerabilities there may be, but they're also looking at how we respond. They learn from our response so they can get smarter when there is an actual attack. So this is stuff that we have to get on top about. We also have to look into see whether the government accountability office, who makes recommendations to all the different agencies, whether they made these recommendations that this old system be updated, and whether or not the FAA listens. So there's a lot of open questions here, and I'm sure the new incoming chairman, Mark Green for Homeland Security, he's going to hold some hearings just to get those answers.
I think you have been selected to serve on the House Committee on Financial Services, so this might be perfectly timed for you, this inflation report and the fact for now, Congress, and I always say for now because these markets are crazy, they're racing ahead on the notion the Federal Reserve might be able to cool it now in these rate increases and the pace of them. Do you agree with that? Would you welcome that?
Well, look, I'm very focused on inflation. I'm very happy to be a new member of the Financial Services Committee. As I saw at the beginning of the hour on the show, everything is still up. The costs of rent, the cost of food, the cost of gas, it's all still up. My constituents are talking about it every day. We need to get a hold on inflation. It looks like it is slowing down a little, but it's not slowing down enough, in my opinion, where we can just literally let off the brake here. Inflation is a #1 issue in my district, all of the country, I'm sure. So we need to make sure that while wages are going down and costs are going up, people can still afford to eat and drive and get to work.